Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking. That means a lot. You guys keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making. And this video is a video that I've kind of wanted to make for a while, and I've kind of got around to it. Obviously, I'm so busy covering, the show that we all love and know. But I do want to take a detour here and kind of talk about myself for about 10 minutes. But I like this because it kind of points out the hypocrisy of a large group of people, which is one of my favorite hobbies. And so this video is about the Survivor subreddit, which is kind of a cesspool of people who don't like people who don't agree with them. I would call it kind of a hive mind, or like an echo chamber, where you can't actually have an unpopular opinion. Like, you can have a quote unquote unpopular opinion, but really what that is like one of the coldest takes you've ever heard. And in today's video, I want to go over the times that I've been, I don't know if cancel's the word, but definitely attacked by this subreddit in mass numbers. I mean, it really happened on two separate occasions, one being much more lighthearted, but one of them being the exact opposite, a much more serious accusation. Obviously, they're both humorous for different reasons, and I'd like to go over both of them in this video. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff because it's free, it's easy, and it really helps the channel out. Okay, so this first one, again, super lighthearted. This is the second one. So this is the one that kind of caused me to make this. It was not really the worst thing in the world. It was just kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, because I was trying to make a video on the first time this happened when it was much more severe, and this kind of just reminded me to do that. And so this time they said, your average Survivor fan, and then it showed my videos from the first week where I was super negative on the horrible premiere, and then the second week where I was super positive because that Vessi tribe kind of seemed to be ticking upward as far as its possibilities. And of course, people were pointing out my hypocrisy and how I could possibly change my mind. I think it is kind of funny that these people are so shocked and so kind of confused that someone could possibly change their mind, that someone could be open-minded enough and tolerant enough to say, hey, maybe I was wrong. Maybe this season actually does have some potential. Of course, these people will argue with you all day about how you need to change your mind, but once you do it, of course, they come at you calling you basically a hypocrite, or kind of weak, no backbone. And again, these people are extremely difficult to deal with, so it's not like you can really reason with them. Logic doesn't really work with them. But this is the much more lighthearted of the two, and that's why it only took me about a minute to talk about. The much more serious one is this one. Okay, so after episode 9 of Survivor 42, when Drea and Marianne claimed that there was something going on racially as far as the order of boots, at the start of this merge, with Chanel going home, as well as Rocksroy, and now Drea being on the chopping block. They had claimed that this was a disgusting pattern, that it showed racism, and people knew that I was about to go after them. And I did. I made a video called Survivor 42 has gone full woke. It's one of my highest viewed videos to this day. And I think the Reddit sensed that. So before I even put that video out, right after the episode ended, they tried to get ahead of the curve in attacking me first before I kind of counterattacked back at them. And they made this post saying that me and my subscribers were part of the KKK. Yeah, I know. Yes, no logic involved. It doesn't make any sense. I'll try and make it make sense for those of you who have some brain cells left. So these people are insinuating that me and my supporters are part of the KKK because we don't support Marianne and Drea bringing race into a situation that was not racial at all. My argument here is that when you bring race into a situation in which the players did not vote them out because they were black, just because they happen to be black does not contribute to why they were voted out. I think that's dangerous, because now if it's 3 white people in a row, can you have the same philosophy? If not, why? If it's 3 Hispanics in a row, can you have the same philosophy? If yes, why? How many races get afforded this victim card to say, well, you can't vote out 3 of us in a row? On top of that, if you can only vote out 3 in a row, is 2 bad or is 2 good? Is 1 bad or is 1 good? can even vote out one without it being a bad thing. And on top of that, is it different for the pre-merge? Is it different for the post-merge? I think you guys get my drift, where this logic falls apart so quickly when being put on the stove. I feel like when you heat it up, it just completely disintegrates, and that's a sign of a bad argument. And I made this argument on my channel in my community tab posts while the episode was going on. And of course, these people respond with, well, you're just part of the KKK, And it's like, it just shows their lack of common sense. They don't even stop to think for a second. They just call you part of the KKK. Not to mention, of course, that I'm black. So I'm sure by their own definition, this has to be included in their wide range of racism, right? If voting out, several people of the same race in a row is racism, then calling a black person a KKK member has to be racism. Again, these people just continue to break their own logic. It's pretty sad, and honestly, it's kind of scary that this got this much support behind it. 306 upvotes as of, I believe, the day after is when I took this screenshot. And it's just, to me, it's crazy that 306 people could like a post like this. Now, I'm sure many of them didn't know, and a lot of people thought that it was Spencer Bledsoe from Cagayan who they were talking about. But of course, some of these idiots would tell these unknowing people, no, this is that racist on YouTube. Now, the thing that I like about, being called out on the subreddit is it only helps me. No one is coming from that post to my channel and saying, yep, nope, that's exactly, yep, he's just part of the KKK. Most of them are coming over and saying, wait, what? No, he's actually just really handsome and he has big muscles, and I actually have a little bit of a crush on it. No, I'm just joking. But most people come over and they see what I mean, at least, even if they don't always agree with me. I get that comment all the time. Spencer, I don't always agree with you, but you do make a point. The more they do things like this, attacking black people and calling them KKK members, the more you lose the average person who has some common sense and 2 brain cells. To me, if you're watching this video, I think you'll agree this was a little bit too far. Of course, I'm sure they're going to come back with, oh, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. But I guarantee you, if I made a joke matching the intensity of this joke, I would be attacked right off the bat. And that's the issue, is these people, they don't want someone like me having a platform. This is why they continuously attack me, whether in humorous or actually aggressive ways. Again, it's an entire subreddit against a 16-year-old. They're that afraid of what a 16-year-old has to say, and it shows you just how right that 16-year-old just may be, that these people are this scared to come and attack in such an aggressive way. And also, just to point out at the end, it's just, I started doing YouTube a year and a half ago, and this, if I knew that I would be trending on the Survivor subreddit twice a year, I would have cried tears of joy. So I do want to say to everyone who's contributed, to hating me, to trying to spread hatred, to trying to team up on a 16-year-old, I really appreciate it. You have single-handedly made my dreams come true. Again, none of this happens without you guys, without the viewers. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And that's what I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.